See guys, so what you can do with the UCut application while you're actually recording your nice and beautiful radio show is, let's say you place a video in the start of your music track and it's playing with your video and you're playing in the background and you're talking over the music. But then guess what? I realize once you finish that video or the introduction to the actual music track that you're sending out to the radio people on the nice and beautiful, let's say, day, or let's say you're recording a radio show, then guess what? Speak over the tone, but then repeat that tone all over again so that people can hear the actual music track again. Because you were speaking over it at first. So let's say, for example, at Dinotopia, I was speaking over my nice and beautiful Dinotopia track, and guess what? I'm still speaking about everything, but make sure you understand that what's important here is understand that when you have a radio show, and you place the intro, and you show up in the actual program of the audio track that you're sending to people or that you're showing people, and you say, hey, this is my Adonotopia track, and this is the amazing thing about this kind of track, but in the background is the music that's playing about your Adonotopia track. But then you say, hey, anyway, guys, just go and listen to the track now because it's the next 4 hours long, and guess what? I hope you enjoy it. But then guess what? Start the actual audio where you are actually playing the music in the background. Start it all over again so that people can understand from that point of view what the track is all about. Because in the background, you're playing the actual music, but they're listening more to your words. Understand? But then play it all over again and make just make a little edit where you can go and cut that piece of section of that music where you're speaking over the actual tone and all, in terms of all the audio, and you're speaking over the audio, and fucking copy and paste it in a section where you're never speaking over it in terms of your words. And that way you extend it a bit, and that way they can listen to the fucking full track. And that's what I'm understanding now, what you guys have to do, because that's what is much better for you to understand straight away upon how to do that. So if you do that for yourself all day long, you're focusing on making sure that you have more than enough success every single day to focus upon something that's helping you. So what's helping you today is understanding that if you send people content about you today and you're focusing on helping people to find your content and what you are and what you're all about, then you're making sure that no matter what, you have more than enough success every single day to focus upon having love for yourself, to make sure that you're finding interest in love and devotion every single day, to focus upon something that's helping you move forward. So what helps you move forward is a better way of life. And if you have a better way of life, then you make sure that no matter what, you're somebody who understands how to go and grow yourself. But to grow yourself every single day is a notion of love within you that makes you to go and help yourself to just inspire people daily. And I've been waiting for this moment all my life. And guess what? I promise you, now I get to send my Dinotopia track to people, man. Wow. I promise you, life's catching up with me, man. I promise you, now the thing is, every single day I'm focusing on saying that finally I can just go and send all this nice, beautiful music I just made to people for the first time. And it's so beautiful for me to be able to do that. And it's so beautiful for me to be able to do that. And I sent them teasers 24 hours ago. And that's the way you send teasers to people. And in 24 hours, then you send them the actual track after 24 hours. And then that way they have this hype about you. And because they have a hype about you, that you send them a teaser. You did send them a teaser at first. And for 24 hours, they're waiting. And they're waiting for this actual music track. And that's why you understand straight away that you be able to send them the content right away as a surprise. But if you have a teaser or something like that, then just send them a teaser right away so that you can understand to inspire them here and there. And that way you understand straight away how you're actually growing yourself. But as you grow yourself differently, you're making sure that no matter what, you have plenty of time and space and fortune every single day to go and focus upon something that's helping you move forward. But what helps you move forward is a different way, and a different way of love and devotion toward yourself, to make sure that you're somebody who's actually lifting yourself in the way of words. So if you understand anything about life, then you understand straight away how you lift people straight away. And you lift people to the notion to make sure that you're successful in what you're doing. And that way you're learning very quickly upon helping your life to succeed, is what I'm talking about. So understand that no matter what, that it's much more how I feel, that I have this nice and beautiful composure. To understand that no matter what, that as I really, really lift myself and other people, I'm learning very quickly upon how to grow myself. But that's the whole point. The whole point is making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how I actually grow myself. But as I grow myself differently, I'm focusing on doing something that's actually helping me to move forward. So what helps me move forward is different areas of life that actually help me to succeed. And I'm focusing on making sure I have more than enough success and devotion every single day to focus upon helping myself to succeed. But what's amazing every single day is focusing on making sure that no matter what, I'm always lifting myself in my nice and beautiful way of life. And how do I do that? How do I lift myself in my beautiful life ahead of me? I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm never skipping people either, because everybody's equal. And that's the thing I'm learning very quickly. But make sure I understand that no matter what, that every single day I'm learning how to really, really quickly deliver content to people so I can just go and do what I need to do daily in other ways. So every single day, focus on understanding that if you want to go and inspire people, You go inspire people differently and make sure that no matter what, the people can see exactly what you're doing. So if you inspire people daily to go and live life in different ways, and make sure they understand straight away how you feel about all that. And how you feel about all that is making sure that you go and understand straight away how you can go and dwell upon giving people the notion of how long everything is, in a way that you're learning the nice and beautiful aspect of life over here, where you're focusing on helping people to deliver content in different ways, and you're just making sure that you can show people quickly upon what you're doing. And guess what, bro? You then move on, bro. You try to inspire as many people as you can, and try to understand straight away how it feels, because you're sending them music that you made. I mean, you made that music, so it's your music. So guess what, bro? It's more how it feels in terms of life, where you can, I mean, you can understand straight away how you're noticing that nice and beautiful notion of love within you to be able to do so, and that way you understand straight away that they thank you forever for sending that music, because you have to understand straight away how you have all the nice and beautiful recognition here to be able to go and prosper and to be able to go and succeed. And you can send it to new people as well. I mean, you can send it to more people than just one person. You can go and do something around your life to make sure that no matter what, you involve everybody. Involve everybody, but make sure you understand straight away. You just keep going and make sure that you overwrite everything and just keep going. And keep talking over everything anyway. That way you're never wasting time. I mean, just keep sending people everything and send everything to everybody, and that way you're learning very quickly upon how to succeed. And make sure you're always involving anybody in terms of life, and just make sure that no matter what, you're showing people how much love you have in yourself over here. And as you love yourself very quickly, I promise you it's more. If they never want to see your messages, then it's because they're unaware of you. They're unaware of you. So make sure you understand that what you need to do daily is you need to focus upon helping your life to succeed, because that's what you have to focus on. And you focus on helping your life differently in ways that you've never done before. And then as you go and do that for yourself, you always have more and more success every single day to go and focus upon helping your life to succeed. So no matter what you're doing today, just make sure that you're always much more in terms of what you need. And that way you're focusing on helping yourself to deliver that nice and beautiful content that you need. So that's everything that you ever want. So I mean, so actually, if you ever want something else in terms of life, then just want yourself in the meantime, and just make sure that you're doing something to help yourself to deliver. I mean, you're delivering content, and you're making sure that you have that nice and beautiful notion about life to make sure that no matter what, that you're enjoying. I love it. Now, since I'm understanding every single day that I'm enjoying my life in different ways, and I'm showing myself and I'm showing for it in different ways, and I'm showing people different aspects of life differently, I'm making sure I have more than enough success all the time to go and deliver content. And as I deliver content, I'm trying always to update people around me to forgive me and to make sure that they are successful in different ways all the time, to make sure I'm more successful all the time in the best kind of ways always, so I can go and focus upon something that's helping me move forward. But what helps me move forward is a different advice method, or I should say, a different advice method, but making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning, that I didn't send everything to them already. But that's the thing, yeah. But personally, if you want to send messages to them, then you can, or else you can send personal messages to them, but make sure you understand straight away how you feel about everything. And how you feel is that you must go and grow yourself differently, and then just go and show people, regardless of who it is, about all of it. And as you go and really show your content about life differently, then guess what happens? I mean, you're just making sure that you have more enough success all the time to focus upon something that's actually loving yourself in a way that you're learning very quickly upon how you're actually becoming a star. But I feel that woman over there has a lot of sexual attraction for me. But I'm understanding every single day how I feel about life. And how I feel is I go and really deliver content. I'll go send my family over here. There's my biological family, my content over here. And make sure that I just go and say over here that it's more how I feel, that it's Mandich. And I understand straight away as I go and send my content to people, I'm sending it to these people over here where they understand me straight away in terms of what I'm doing. But the thing is, every single day I'm looking for the nice and beautiful way of life over here, where I'm understanding how to go and dwell upon aspects of life that helps me grow. But what helps me grow is differences. And as I go and really help myself to succeed in different ways, I'm making sure I have more enough success all the time to deliver the best kind of deals in the planet. And since I actually deal the best kind of deals in the planet, I'm actually understanding straight away how I go and grow myself. That's how I understand straight away what my life is all about, because that's what I'm always understanding every single day about myself. But if you want to go and do something nice and beautiful, you can always find people to send content to. And that's the whole point. Yeah, I mean, the whole point is making sure that you go and deliver content in different ways. And as you really go and grow yourself always in the best kind of ways, you're focusing on making sure that you always have whatever you want in life. And because you have whatever you want in life, you're focusing on making sure that you're sending content to everybody, and just to show them love and respect about your life is more enough. So make sure that no matter what, that you're learning how it is. I mean, if you learn what it is about you all the time to succeed, you're making sure that no matter what, you're learning very quickly upon how it all is. I mean, you're learning about everything in terms of how it is to succeed in different ways, and you're showing the best notion all the time, because that's what it's all about. I mean, all the nice and beautiful ways of life over here that you can send to other people is you're making sure that no matter what, that you can see exactly who to send content to and why, because you can see straight away how people just appreciate that. I mean, people appreciate different aspects of life for you because you are somebody in that field, and you're somebody who's actually growing yourself in different ways of life. And as you grow yourself in different ways of life, then you'll understand straight away how you can see what you need to do. But every single day, just focus upon helping your life to deliver. And as you deliver different aspects of life differently, then you understand straight away how you can go and love your life. I mean, love your life differently, and you're understanding every single day that you're doing greater and greater. And as you do greater and greater, then you're making sure that no matter what, that you're loving your life in different ways. And as you do something differently, then you understand straight away how people can actually listen to your music now and what you have, and they can follow you in terms of what you're doing, because you're doing a greater life than them. So as you do a nice and beautiful life in terms of whatever you're doing, then you're focusing on making sure that you have that beautiful aspect of life to show people what you're actually understanding. So it's much more inspiration I feel from other people that are saying, excellent, man. I appreciate it's more how I feel. So no matter what, as I grow myself differently, I'm making sure that everything's in the moment, love I. Or since I'm actually understanding straight away how I feel about nice and beautiful ways of life over here, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have more than enough of everything to go and grow myself differently. And as I grow myself differently, I focus on making sure I have more than enough always to go and focus upon the best kind of aspect in terms of aspect of life that's actually helping me move forward. So no matter what I do, I'm always understanding straight away that I have to love I in different ways to focus upon the best kind of ways of life. So no matter what, I'm always looking for helping myself to grow. But that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is loving myself to grow. And as you love yourself to grow, then you have to understand how it feels to make sure that you have more than enough always in success, and you have always the nice and beautiful notion of what you need. So every single day, focus upon helping yourself to succeed is what you need. So every single day, focus upon understanding that if you're lifting yourself always, and you're making sure that you have that nice and beautiful way of life, you're understanding always how you can go and do whatever it is to help you succeed is what it's all about. But every single day, just focus on helping yourself to go and really, really deliver that nice and beautiful way of life differently. And as you go and do that for yourself always, you're making sure that no matter what you have, you're making sure that you have all this nice and beautiful way of life to go and really, really expose yourself completely and just show people exactly what you mean. I mean, show people exactly what you are. Show people exactly what you are in different ways. But as you do that, then you're succeeding differently, and you're making sure that you're showing people how to go and dwell upon something that's much better. And as you understand something about life, you understand straight away how you're learning very quickly upon how it all is. But what is nice and beautiful is difference. And you have a difference in life, and you have a difference in making your music work, and you have a difference in making sure that you're nice and beautiful today. And as you're actually nice and beautiful today, you're focusing on helping yourself always deliver the best content on the planet, because you're willing to help yourself to succeed. And as you help yourself to succeed, then make sure that you're always learning. You're learning something that's nice and beautiful for yourself always. And if you're willing to do that, and you're making sure that you can go and see straight away how to go and deliver, I'm understanding straight away how I go about life. So no matter what, I'm always learning how I can always add people to the story of whatever it is that helps me grow. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I feel. So I'm understanding every single day that no matter what I do, that I'm focusing how to love myself in different ways. And as I live my life in different ways, I'm understanding that no matter what, that my life is all different, because I find myself attractive. And as I find myself attractive, I'm finding a beautiful life ahead of me, because I find different ways of helping myself to succeed. And because I help myself to succeed differently, I'm learning. I'm learning the different aspects of life always, of different aspects of everything, because that's how I see life. I see life differently. But no matter what, I feel that every single time I focus upon something that's actually moving me forward, I'm making sure that I have more enough success all the time to go and grow myself differently, because I focus upon helping myself like this. And since I'm actually helping myself to succeed differently, I'm making sure I have more enough always in success in different ways to make sure I'm learning very quickly upon helping myself to deliver. I understand as I deliver differently my contents, I'm making sure I have more enough success all the time to make sure I'm delivering content. And as I'm delivering content differently, I'm focusing on different aspects of life, and that's how I actually grow myself. I grow myself differently by making sure that no matter what, I can see how people have inspiration about me over here because I'm focusing on something different. And as I grow something different, I'm sure they can see straight away what I'm talking. They can see straight away what I'm talking about right now. But that's how I'm actually learning. I'm learning something different. I'm giving them an experience here. I'm making sure that no matter what, that they can see straight away how I'm focusing on love and respect for myself. I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, that people can hear what I'm on about. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I'm learning very quickly upon how I'm actually dwelling upon my life. And as I dwell upon my life differently, I'm learning that beautiful experience of life because people are willing to listen to this because it's a long track. I have a long track of Idonotopia and they're willing to listen to it because it's so fucking long that they want to have an experience with me. So when they fucking listen to it, then they're connecting with me much more. And it's much more how I show them music. I show them free music in life. And then they want to thank me about it. And they want to thank me in other ways. Or else they want to take care of me to make more music like that so that they can follow me. And that's the thing, yeah? So if you're willing to do that for yourself and you're willing to help yourself to succeed differently, and you're making sure always to just send random people messages about yourself and what you're doing. And then people are willing to actually go and listen to you. And people are willing to go and see what you're up to because you're willing to help them and you're willing to help them to see you. And because you're willing to help them to see you, then you always have more happening for yourself over here to make sure that you're somebody nice and beautiful for yourself in different ways. And because you're willing to help yourself to make sure that you have more enough success all the time to deliver content, then you're making sure that you're getting ahead of the game. You're getting ahead of the game in different ways. You're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly upon how to actually persuade yourself to grow. But that's the whole point. The whole point is making sure that you have more enough of what you need every single day to deliver every single day that nice, beautiful contents of life. The content of life is what you want. You have to understand every single day to just go and promote your nice, beautiful content everywhere. And people get to come and watch you and people get to come and see you live somewhere. And then guess what happens? Every single day you're learning very quickly upon how people find out about you very quickly because you're somebody very smart and very intelligent about what you're doing, and that way you're very much alive. But as soon as they see this nice beautiful content that you have, it's more how you feel that they are always somebody much more because you're understanding that you're sending them content, so you have to inspire people, and that way they make you feel much more because you're sending them content, and because you're sending them content then you feel much more privileges because you have much more you have much more of, you have much more them of, then you have much more of whatever it is that helps you to tick in terms of that kind of trend. So that trend is something that helps you to move forward, is what you're saying. So as you understand straight away that if you promote people and you promote your products and what you have out of life, I understand then you actually go and you're actually always understanding how to go and grow yourself differently. But if you're growing yourself differently and you're making sure that no matter what that you can see straight away how to grow yourself, then you're making sure that no matter what that you have more than enough time always. And I can see how people can see me doing nightclubs around town somewhere. And because they can see me approach, they can see me and how I do greater and greater and greater always throughout time. And they can see much more success through me over here, and I can see that I'm doing greater as a human being. And it's because I'm doing something to help myself to move forward. And that's why I'm understanding straight away how I go and really, really dwell upon something that's actually helping me to find a nice and beautiful way. So I'm understanding straight away how I can focus upon helping myself to do different areas of life and different areas of equations always, to focus upon something that's helping me move forward. And that way I'm understanding that there's always a new way to do something. But as soon as you go and really, really see something that's nice and beautiful, it's more how they have to sit down and they have to go and read this. It's more how they have to sit down to do this, and it's more excitement here. It's a big excitement about me right now. Because why is that? Because they feel that they have to fucking sit down to go and listen to my beautiful content. So I'm understanding that no matter what I see over here, I have the nice and beautiful, let's say, Adriana. I see now, every single time I realize that when I go and really, let's say, help myself to succeed differently, I'm making sure that I'm always understanding how to go and see myself in different ways. I see it's more how I understand Adriana. Or actually, it's much more how I'm always focusing on a greater life for myself. But as I focus on a greater life for myself, I focus on making sure that no matter what, it's more how I feel that I have to connect those words together. And I have to connect the words together here to make sure I can go and connect them in a way that's helping me move forward. But what I do is I say Millie, Sav, say, I say anyway that as I really grow myself differently, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm looking to help myself to do better. But as I do better, I'm looking for a nice and beautiful aspect of life always to understand straight away how I'm doing great. But as I do great, always I'm making sure that I'm learning very quickly upon the aspects of life that helps me to move different aspects of life differently. And that's the whole point. Yeah, I mean, the whole point is learn to just understand yourself. And if you understand yourself and you understand that you send it to them, then just understand that you have to send it to them more and more. And it's more how you have to understand straight away that if you're doing something to help yourself and other people, then go and help yourself and other people always to go and deliver that content that you need. And that way you're somebody who understands straight away what you need. But what you need right now is to make sure that no matter what, you're learning very quickly upon how to actually grow yourself, and you're actually understanding that no matter what, that as you go and do what you need to do, then you're learning how to actually go and study upon what you need to do today. Because what you need to do in daily life is to focus upon promoting yourself to people where it's actually helping you to do something new. But as you do something new, you're focusing upon helping yourself to focus upon helping yourself doing more. Because you have to be doing more in terms of life to be able to get to what you want. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that as I go and see something about life over here, I'm understanding every single day I have so much more to give, I have so much more to do daily life in terms of daily life. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how it is and how it feels to go and nicely be able to go and deliver. I'm delivering content about my life over here, making sure I can move on and I can say no matter what, it's much more how it is. So what it is about life, I understand that I'm just focusing about my life over here. And as I focus upon doing something that's actually helping me move forward, is a great way of life over here. Well, I'm studying the nice and beautiful art of architecture around here. And the architecture of what? I mean, the architecture of being able to come alive in a way that everything's helping me move forward. But what helps me move forward is a different way. And a different way of what? I mean, the different way of actually just being able to see what it is that is actually helping me to do better. But what helps me to do better is different aspects of life. And because that's the case, I promise you I'm always finding new ways to deal with life. And that way I'm learning how to actually go and dwell upon something that's actually helping me. But I love that. I love when other people are blocking me because I never need them in my life. And I'm understanding every single day, I'm learning how to go and send people love anyway. And sometimes they just never even want your free love because they just hate you, man. And they hate you because you are living life and you're just making sure that you're sending people content that's helping people move forward. And that way I'm understanding every single day how people can be stupid. They can be stupid. So no matter what, as I go and grow myself differently, I'm making sure always to just go and deliver content in the best kind of regards always. Because that way I feel I have more than enough of whatever I need to just go and succeed. So as I succeed differently, I'm focusing on making sure I have more than enough success all the time to go and deliver content. But as I deliver content, I'm making sure I have that beautiful attitude. So the attitude of making sure I have gratitude to succeed differently is the whole point. But I'm successful to the point of just making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning. I'm learning the kind regards. I love it. I'm learning kind regards about my life over here. And that's how it is. I promise you, if they never want to listen to that, I promise you, it's more how they feel over here. If they never listen to it, I promise you, then they never deserve it. Then they never deserve it. They can see that. If they never listen to my Dinotopia track and I send it to them and they see it's 4 hours and 28 minutes and they never listen to it, then they never deserve it. And they can see it. They see I have more high value here. Whereas they see it straight away, I have more high value, and that's it. I mean, why is that? Well, or else because if I send you a 10-hour music track and you never want to listen to it, then you fucking never deserve it. That's how simple it is. I mean, you can never lie to me here. You can never lie to me. You can never lie to me that you deserve it, but you never want to listen to it. I mean, for fuck's sake. I'm just calling the actual Officeworks over here to see where my business cards are.
For stock availability in this store, please press 2. To check on the status of your click and collect order, please press 3.
See guys, so the thing is over here, I'm understanding that what you need to do with Officeworks or any kind of number that you call, then just go opt in the number straight away. So instead of me having to wait for them to say press 1 and press 2 and press 3 for these options, I just go and press 3. I just press 3 straight away in terms of this number with Officeworks. And it leads me directly to that phone call. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, I never waste time. But the thing is that for today, I understand straight away how I'm just learning very quickly how I can pause my audio program with, let's say, music production to go and really dwell upon something better for myself, to go and listen to music right here and there, to make sure no matter what I can listen to music here and there with my phone and here and there, to just scan everything quickly and then just enjoy while also physically writing here and there to make sure no matter what I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. And now what I want to do today is I'm saying I have plenty of food and drink for me today. I have plenty of food and drink for me today to drink up and to eat and to do everything I need. But making sure that what I do is I focus on a greater life for myself to go and do better. Then I'm making sure that no matter what, I just continue my process over here. And I focus on saying to just let them message me and making sure that in about, let's say, 10 minutes, I call them again and make sure that I set up my Apple Watch always before I call someone and just place it always at 10 minutes before I call someone, and that way it always reminds me to go and do better. So my Apple Watch always reminds me to go and do better because I set up an alarm watch at 10 minutes before I call someone, and that way I'm always doing better. See guys, so I just went around and I was listening to my nice and beautiful Donatopia track, and I'm always listening to my music and what I made. But the thing is, I just had a blast. I just was listening to 4 hours and I was just listening to my Donatopia track on YouTube. And I have a nice and beautiful notion now that I'm always listening to much more of what I make and everything, but making sure you understand that I'm learning. I'm learning something to talk about the present moment more than what I've done in the past. But guess what, bro? It's much more how it is, yeah? But think about this. That if you talk about your future and what you've done, then people understand the knowledge here and the history about you. So history is very important. But understanding that no matter what, that since I've actually done Dinotopia, but there is this one little part, but I'm understanding that no matter what, it's much more how I feel to just move on. I have to move on. I'm understanding it's more enough for me, and a little bit that way. Or it's more enough for me. And it's more how I understand I can create a Dinotopia, and I can make it fucking 50 hours long and more. I can fucking make one track as much as you want, otherwise. I promise you. But the thing is, I have to move on to different tracks. I want to make different segments of something else now. And I'm understanding, I twinkle, twinkle. I brush it, although this one here, I'm understanding that no matter what that, it's I twinkle topia. I twinkle topia. Whereas although this is something different, but every single day, that when I go and I grow something every single day, I'm making sure that no matter what, I can go and just study upon what I'm doing. And as I'm doing something, I'm learning quickly upon what I'm actually doing in my life. But I'm learning how to actually go and grow myself differently, and I'm not saying that my track sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds amazing to the point that I understand straight away how people are watching me now. And they're saying, nah, Percy has talent, man. Percy, that's a beautiful orchestra of talent that I've just heard in my life. Percy, and I can see it. Percy, every single day I'm learning how to just go and grab the spotlight. All the way. Percy, as I grab the spotlight, I'm focusing on understanding that there's so much more about what I can do every single day. And as I go and do something to help myself to succeed, I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually grow myself. And as I grow myself differently, I'm focusing on making sure that I have more enough time now and space and composure to be able to focus on something else now. I'll move on. Otherwise, I'm probably sure on the 26th of May, I can go and do my haircut and shopping, and I can go and do some busking performances with life coaching first. And then I go and do some DJing on the street somewhere. And I'll focus on that day doing that, because I understand no matter what, that what's important for myself over here is learning very quickly upon what I can do every single day to focus upon something that's helping me move forward. But what helps me move forward now is focusing on just uploading content and making sure that I have more enough time to do everything. I'm having a blast today. I'm having a beautiful time with myself, and that way I'm understanding that life goes on and life moves on. But I'm understanding that these people who are here, there's these people over here that I send my music track to, I'm actually going to say, and they're saying, oh, I mean, he sent 4 hours and more in terms of music today. Actually, I have them in awe. Actually, they're like, wow. I mean, really? Actually, yeah. Actually, all the time, I make sure that no matter what, that I'm much more understanding that now I'm focusing on learning. I'm learning the nice, beautiful life. I'm learning the language of music now. I'm understanding that no matter what, that people can remember that track. And they can remember approach as soon as they understand Undonatopia or Danny Milovojevic, approach to say that man over there has great music, approach you. Or she has one fucking music track or whatever it does. I have many music tracks that sound excellent. But the thing is now I'm going and doing above and beyond in what I do. But now I have a nice and beautiful composure track over here, which is just my nice and beautiful 3-minute energy track with the nice and beautiful, let's say, Idonotopia. But what I want to do with this track is I focus on doing the outro, in terms of the intro version that is the last segment, otherwise. And what I want to do is I want to use just one of each, and I just put it together, and I just make sure that I just do that, and I move on quickly. But the thing is, with Idonotopia, in terms of the actual instrumental over here, I make sure that no matter what, I can actually hear myself having to place a nice and beautiful dinosaur somewhere inside of that nice and beautiful mix. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that no matter what, that it's just that one kind of vocal in there, and that's it. I just want one little vocal that goes and it just starts off like that, and boom boom boom, and that's it. That's the only time they hear it. That's it. Now the whole thing is every single day I'm focusing on making sure that since I have to do that, I have to make a teaser. I have to make a little teaser track as well. And then what I want to do is I focus upon understanding now. Therefore, I'm focusing on making sure that I can go and do the nice and beautiful, let's say, the nice and beautiful track, which is the chill track as well. But to do that, Rosh, it's not sure how I feel to go and do all of it now. Rosh, if I do all of it now, Rosh, then I never have to go back to it. But the thing is with Azonify and Adash Never Kill, Rosh, I have to go and do that as well. And I have to go and get the chill track. I have to get the chill version here. And I have to place it as a 6-minute track module. And also, anyway, I have the 3-minute tracks over here with energy, and I have the 3-minute tracks with the nice and beautiful just chill motions from the track. And then I have the 6-minute version, and then guess what, Russian? Then I have to make a 9-minute version. That's it. Russia, and then from that point, Russia, I learned from it. I learned from these tracks, but what I want to do now is I want to do it all right away. I want to go back into my other tracks. I want to do it right away. And guess what, Porsche? If I do that right away, Porsche, it's much more in terms of how likely I understand straight away something. I feel that it's much more how I feel. That's much more worthy to do it now. I'll do that all now, and I'll put it together, and then I go and focus on something else. And that's it. Make sure that no matter what, I focus upon helping myself to succeed, but people can see straight away how I've done the nice and beautiful track over here. In terms of music tracks, in terms of my nice and beautiful Dinotopia tracks and what I've done. And they always appreciate the longer versions. I rush the actual longer versions of these tracks. Actually, it's always much better. Like, am I using the 9-minute tracks around here? Or else am I using the 6 minutes and the 3-minute tracks around here? Actually, it's much more how I feel. And with that, actually, it's much more how there's different types of tracks that you can listen to. But guess what? Actually, it's more how people just go to the extension version track, and then guess what? Actually, then they want to see a bit more about it. Actually, yeah. Actually, people want to see the energy track on 3 minutes and the chill track, and they want to see something else. And then say, yeah. For sure, I'll have to make it different. I have to make it all different now. For sure, that's the thing. I want to make it all different. And that's why it's all nice and beautiful for me. But never ever go into a track where you copy and paste or something like that. But I've done that with my nice and beautiful way of life over here, but it's different. Rush, although, guess what? Rush with the Zonify track. Rush, this one here is a different kick. Rush, it's a different kick and a different sub-tempo of a different melody here and there. But it's a bit different, I don't know why. Russia, although guess what, Russia, I never want to do anything like that again. Making sure that Adachi Never Kill is all different. And I make it all different. I make sure that these tracks I make now, with my sets over here that I just made with my Adachi Never Kill and Azonify, and also my Nice and Beautiful track, which is Adonatopia, I make sure that no matter what, I can go and create little bits and pieces of it in different parts. I want to make different compositions with it. I'm learning from this. I'm learning from that. And once I do that, then I can go move into Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then just go and orchestrate an album for myself to upload into Spotify very quickly. I just make 10 albums, I make 10 EPs, and fucking I'll put it online, on the way. And then what I do is I put the sets, and then anything else in terms of extra sets or something like that. That's all different. It's all different here. But I can place a set, any kind of, let's say, emotional tracks from that point. Whereas I want to make sure that from Spotify, whereas in Spotify, I'm just uploading 10 EPs after 10 EPs. And that's it. Now, any kind of else tracks that I may make, it's much more how I may make 10 sets. I may make 10 sets or something like that. But guess what? It's much more my set mixes and mashups like that. It's more how I can make mashups in here and there. But why? What for? What for? I have to understand something. That it's much more how I can make it, but do I post it on Spotify? Yeah. Post on Spotify, and I make different mashups. I make 10 EPs of different sets. But what do I name them? I named them. I named these Nice and Beautiful mixes. What? That's more a live mix. That's a live mix. They're live mixes, right? People can actually, I can record it on the day, and I can get sound and technology designers over there who do the sound and lighting equipment to record my set, and it can be a live show. I can post that online. I can do an EP here and there. And I make 10 EPs of that. I make 10 EPs and I post it online. Does it have to be 10 EPs? No. Guess what? I can just post it online very quickly. And anyway, I'll move on. Other way. Although for them to remix my music, no. They never want to remix my music. And why is that? I find that they find little value in my music. Why is that though? Otherwise, there's no vocals in there. But it's just instrumental. And now, there's a lot of value in there. There's a lot of value in my music, other way. Although it's easy to go and remix my music track. The thing is that if you want to remix somebody's track, then you have to use their vocals. And that's the best remix, is the vocal tracks. If there's no vocal tracks that you make, then nobody wants to remix your tracks. I'm very sure. And that's the way it is. But that's also music production. And now I'm understanding, no matter what, that since I'm understanding straight away how I'm doing different now, I'm doing something different. I make sure anyway I can listen to a bit of Zonify now. I can listen to a bit of Adachi Never Kill with myself here. I'm going to enjoy myself differently, and I move on. And then I want to go and listen to my little 3-minute tracks too. All with the phone. And then guess what? I want to move on from that point. I want to do something else. But for now, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have plenty of time to do everything. And making sure that I'm just really, really happy. I'm happier than ever. And people can actually see the nice and beautiful music gesture I gave them in Dinotopia. And I gave them a fulfillment type of enjoyment. I gave them enjoyment. I gave them total bliss for 4 hours. I gave them total bliss for over 4 hours of Dinotopia and inside Dinotopia. And I brought them into a journey. I took them into a journey of life where I never took them. I made sure that no matter what, that I went and gave them a journey, is what I'm saying. I gave them a journey into our Dinotopia. It just sounds amazing. But it's completely fulfilling to be able, it's completely fulfilling to be able to hear that. And because that's the case, I'm pretty sure that if I add any vocals to the Nice and Beautiful Adachi Never Kill track, then my track is just as popular as the Nice and Beautiful, let's say, Calvin Harris one. And why is that? Because my track has vocals, but his one has no vocals. But if he places instrumentals and I play instrumentals, then my track is more popular. But because he has vocals, then He's one. He's more popular because he has vocals. And now in my other artist channel, Never Kill track, bro, that's different. For sure that what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm always different anyway. But the thing is that I love my Adash Never Kill track and I never ever delete it. I never delete it. So I never care about them. But for me, bro, Adash Never Kill track is always popular with me. Bro, it's always popular with me. Bro, when Danny Milivojevic comes to the table, bro, then Adash Never Kill is very popular. So what wins popularity really? I mean, what's really the popularity here? First, the one that has more value is the more popular one overall. So to be more popular than other people in everything you do, then give more value in everything you do. And then guess what? Probably more people understand you and your music more than other people's music because you have been doing the marketing of yourself more than them. And you've been giving more value in that type of genre or whatever it is. And then guess what? Probably because you're helping so many people with words, probably then they value your popularity more than other people. I mean, they value your popularity more than other people. But on the surface, without words, but let's just create music without words, then it becomes possible. I mean, guess what? I mean, everything in life can only be possible with words. But if you just place Calvin Harris, let's say, vocal track over there, and Danny Milivojevic, let's say, Adash and a kill track on the surface, and just between the two, or probably just between the two, then I understand the Calvin Harris track with vocals is much better. I love it. Russia, is it really though? Russia, guess what? I realize I'm always the better one. I'm always better. I'm always better, always. But let's just look at the surface of what's popular. I realize if I see what's popular out of these two tracks from another point of view, and I see Calvin Harris has live instrumentals and vocals, and this guy has a 1 hour track over here. Russia, I can say straight away, from just or like this, Russia, Jesus Christ says, Russia, it's equal though. Russia, it's equal, but Jesus Christ, let's say I had to pick. Russia, Jesus Christ says, it's more how I understand straight away that Jesus Christ says the vocal track. Russia, the vocal track. I'm never in jealousy or anything, but it is a Russia. And the vocal track. But let's say I give you 1,000 words in life, but Calvin Harris gives you 500 words. I mean, now let's just put his track there and my track. I mean, my track's more fucking popular than his track. Whereas my Adash Never Kill track is now more popular than Calvin Harris' vocal track. Why is that? Because I'm helping more people with my words overall. I'm helping more people with my words overall. I mean, do you understand? So, guess what? I promise you, it's more the words. Whereas if you give more words today than other people, then you always have more of a life. I understand? And that's the whole point, yeah? So what I want to do now is I want to focus upon understanding that. I want to go and let it be. I want to make sure that no matter what, I have plenty of time to do whatever I want to do. I have to go and eat something. So what I want to eat is I want to place some nice and beautiful rice in the actual thing. And I have soup with rice. And I have soup with rice. And soup with rice how? I have some nice and beautiful boiling water. I place some nice and beautiful vegeta and chili flakes. I have chili flakes and vegeta and peppercorn. And also I have rice. And I have peanut butter and also bread. And I have also noodles to eat tonight. And I'm saying anyway, I'm eating one noodles and I'm going to cook something, mate. I have to cook something to eat. But the thing is now, I'm saying other people really love people really love my track, Idonotopia. It's something that really gets into people's faces over here. And it's more how I show people a side of me that they've never seen, man. And all these people that are in the past, they fucking see me and say, whoa, he has a track, man. This Idonotopia, man, is something big. I mean, go and check it out, man. And every single day, I'm learning all the time how to actually go and pronounce myself as somebody in trance music. But it's such a beautiful track that I can understand why I've done it. And that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is to understand why you've done something. And just focus on yourself in a way that you're learning how to grow yourself and understand the habits of your life is what you make of it. So if you make a better habit for yourself, then you always have something more on the table for yourself to go deliver. So deliver a better content for yourself and learn how to speak much more words so you can go and dwell upon everything that you ever want. I mean, go and listen to your tracks, all of it, in terms of all of them. I mean, go and listen to your tracks in terms of all of them. And just understand straight away to put your word I everywhere. And that way I understand that if you're listening to music, in terms of what you made in terms of music, and listen to it on all devices as much as possible. And go to your friend's house to listen to it. But go to yourself, because you're the friend I'm talking about. You understand? I mean, make sure you understand. So what's important is every single day focus on understanding. If you want to understand how to inspire people, then you have to inspire people through your own music. And you have to create your own music. I understand this is the sound of overload. Down, 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 down. I understand if I can. I understand that. I was listening to that in year 7, and me and my actual friend Marko Petanovic, and I'm understanding that no matter what, that we were fucking going and loving this song. And there's this other track that goes ah 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 ah. Obviously, this track, I mean, we were fucking into it so much. But guess what? Obviously, now because I have our Dinotopia, obviously, I never feel like that anymore in terms of how we were. But guess what? Obviously, it's more how I understand now. I have my own music. I have my own music, and he realizes now it's never the type of track that was. I realize Overload. I mean, yes, Overload. Dun, 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 dun. I love it still, but I love my music more. I love my Dinotopia track more than that. I love my Ozonify track more than that. I love my I Die Shall Never Kill track more than that. And that's what I'm saying, that Marko Petanovic realizes this now. I mean, he realizes, yeah, like his music that he loves in terms of Overload and I mean, he's introducing me to this, but guess what? Probably, yes, I love it too. But back then, I had no music to play. I had none of my music. And that's why we were fucking going to other people's music and saying, look at this guy, Group Josh Project, and this guy. I mean, here's my key philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity. I mean, saying? I mean, yes, I understand. Dun, 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 dun. It's amazing. Yeah, I love it. But that's somebody else's music. That's somebody else's music. I mean, now I have my own music. I value my music more than their music now. And that's why Marko Petanovic can actually understand that. And he understands, yeah, I mean, we were together. And we were singing Overload. But now Danny Milivojevic has his own music now. I mean, he never sees Overload like we were before. I mean, he has his own music now. I mean, I promise you that Danny Milivojevic is loving his own music more than Overload now. And I promise you Danny Milivojevic is now loving Danny Milivojevic is now loving Ozonify and I Die Shall Never Kill and his own music in terms of Dinotopia and all he's making in terms of music more than those Josh Guru Project type of songs and more than the actual I actually realized that about him now. I realized he's making his own music now. Understand? I mean, he loves his own music more than that. I promise you. And that's what I'm saying. I love my own music more than all those other music that you hear. I mean, what music do you hear? I mean, are you a music producer? I mean, if you're never a music producer and you may fucking listen to other tracks and say, hey, I love this track by him. I see, oh, Billie Jean, in my love. I mean, you may fucking love that song so much, man. I love that song so much too. But I love my music more than Michael Jackson's music. I love my music more than Michael Jackson's music, man. I create my music. I mean, I promise you that Michael Jackson loves his music more than my music. I promise you. I promise you it is. But I love my music more than his music. I love my music more than anybody else's music. I understand, but I have to. I have to love myself more than everybody else. And that's the key to life, isn't it? But the thing is now that when I was with Marko Petanovic and we were listening to Overload and we were like, I love this guy's music, I love this guy's music, man. But I never had my music. I never did have my own music. But now since I have my own music, I say, Marko Petanovic, I'm probably your brother, that's long ago, mate. Or that's 10 years ago. I'm now a music producer, man. I love my own music more than that. Understand? I understand how we were loving that music and stuff. But I love my own music now more than what you love. I love my own music now. I've created my own music, mate. I love my own music more than those music tracks that you hear out there. Understand? But there's a big difference now, because when you're creating your own music, then you love your music more than other people's music. But if you now, I realize if you have no music to produce, And if you have no music of your own, then of course you're gonna love anybody's music. I mean, of course. you're gonna love anybody's music. Understand? But when you create your own music, then you're going to love your music more than other people's music. I promise you. And that's what I'm saying. That now, since I'm understanding, I'm just in another level of game. I'm just explaining a story over here. But that's the thing. I've been writing physically. And I just went in my journal and I'm just writing in my journal. And I'm physically writing on the keyboard in my phone. My phone, in terms of, I'm big on the R. I understand that my phone has a keyboard. It has one of those keyboards. And I'm just fucking writing in silence. And I'm writing in silence and writing in silence while my phone is playing out loud via the phone speakers my music from YouTube. And I'm watching the actual video of my Dinotopia. And my Dinotopia video has a nice and beautiful, let's say, something spinning while my actual track is playing. In terms of while my actual audio is playing, there's a video design that's actually just spinning around and spinning around and spinning around. And it's just a video cover to the song. And that way I'm understanding I love to watch it. And that's why, anyway, I want to be able to go and always recap all my music and be able to listen to all my music via my nice and beautiful phones over here. And as I listen to all my music via my phones, I'm doing greater. I'm doing a greater job always. But that's the whole point. I mean, I have to listen to all my music on all my sound devices. I have to listen to my music on all my headphones. And I have to listen to music on all headphones. I have to listen to my music in all cars. I have to listen to my music at any chance I get. I have to listen to my music on all speakers and all festival speakers and all cars and all earphones that you can get, and any kind of headphones, any kind of phones or laptops out there, and any kind of car speakers. I have to listen to my music, man. But my music for you to play in the car while you're going to work, I mean, you can do it. But my short music, in terms of anything that's 3 minutes or up to 9 minutes, easily you can play in the car. And that's why that, in terms of 3-minute music and 6-minute music and 9-minute music albums that I can create now, is more for the car. And it's more the car scenarios. I mean, understand? And that's more car. But Ozonify, in terms of Ozonify, Darshan of Kill, and also Dinotopia, is 1 hour long. And Darshan of Kill is over 59 minutes long. Or over, nice and beautiful, 48 minutes long. But guess what? I'm making sure you understand. They have much more than that. I mean, all my tracks are around 1 hour long in terms of the hour sets, in terms of the Who's Afraid of 138. In terms of Who's Afraid of 137 is what I do. I mean, Armin van Buuren does the 138. I do 137. And why 137? I want to stand apart from Armin van Buuren. I want to stand into another direction. I never want to fucking go his direction. I want to go my direction. I'm like, he's going the 138 way. I'm going the 137 way in trance. Understand? So what are you? I mean, you have to be 136. And then whoever gets 136 then has to be 135. And then 132. And then 133. And then 139. I mean, come on. I mean, who else is coming up into the trance scene, man? I mean, one of you have to get the other numbers. Understand? Because I'm already using 137. I mean, Armin van Buuren's using 138. I mean, we need somebody to have 136 or 139 or 135. Understand? I mean, or you can have 137.5 BPM. I mean, there's a difference. I mean, you can use other types of BPMs. I mean, in a sense, just go and inspire yourself daily to understand that now, since I'm understanding this kind of mix and slow mixes in terms of life, I have to make an album that's 3-minute energy album, and then a 3-minute chill mix album, and a 3 minutes in terms of 6-minute album together. And that's a different album. But the 6-minute album is something that's actually together. And that's together. And now, do I place it together? I promise you now, it's more how I see this. If I understand anything about life, I promise you, if I grab 6 minutes and I press 10 tracks for 1 hour there, I promise you now, we have a fucking album. Whereas, is it more enough? I promise you, fuck yes. But how about just the 3-minute versions of energy? I promise you, guess what? I promise you, that's different. I promise you now, guess what? I promise you, Jesus Christ says, hey, I mean, it's much better for you to have all the albums together. I mean, have fucking chill mix album. I mean, have different albums. I mean, have a whole package, but it's all one album. But one's a chill mix album of just 3 minutes, and one's an energy mix album of 3 minutes. Another one's a 6-minute album of chill mix and the nice and beautiful energy mix together. And then the other one's 9 mix extension on the way. Which that's different. And then put it together in one album. And that's what I mean. I mean, that's a full CD kind of thing. I mean, that's a 4 CD. So that's what I mean. So I'm creating a 4 CD album. And then what else is there? I mean, now the 5th CD is just a fucking whole track. That's a long extension track. And that's a 5 CD album I'm creating. And that's a 5 CD album. And then what do I do with that 5 CD album? I put it on Spotify. And do I need, or else do I make a digital print? Or actually, yeah, I make one digital print for myself and that's it. I never fucking go selling it at stores or anything like that. I never sell my music at stores for money, man. I mean, I never do that. But what I do is I just go make a 5 CD album so I can bring it along with me everywhere. And that's my CD album, man. And I make it one vinyl. I make one vinyl CD. And one vinyl what? And one vinyl. And one vinyl. I have a vinyl eventually. I have a vinyl somewhere with me. I want to play my tracks on a vinyl eventually. And that's a 6 CD. Or that's 6 CD albums. I'll do that one. And no matter what, I'm realizing so quickly now upon how I'm actually understanding how music works. But my mix now has to be different. I want to make sure that no matter what, that my mix is so different in a way that I'm using parts of the music track. I love that. I'm using parts of that music track in different sequences. But if I want to use just this part that I love, then just fucking use it. I mean, fuck, why not? That's the fucking part in the best part of the fucking mix that I love about the track. So Isonify has the fucking best part in the mix, I promise you. It's the best part. And why is it so good in terms of Isonify? Because it's fucking fluctuating left and right and center, man. And it's fucking... I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean, yeah. And it's fucking something that vibes with me. Totally. I never fucking do it for you. I never do it for other people to vibe with them. I fucking do it to vibe with I. Whereas my other Ocean Kill track is vibing all the way. I love it. Whereas although now if I Ocean Kill track, I have all these nice and beautiful melodies I have to do and understand straight away. I can see how I'm doing. I want to do the encore. I want to make sure I'm doing the encore with my nice and beautiful Ocean Kill track. And then what do I do from that point? I want to go into a nice and beautiful, I mean just right there. I want to do that one. I mean there's this nice and beautiful snap thing. And you just go and boom, and then fucking finish it into a nice and beautiful energy mode and boom boom. I mean that's it, man. I promise you. And that's how I actually understand straight away what to do. And that's my Audacious Kill track. Or else that's a 9-minute mix and a 6-minute mix all the way. Or a 6-minute mix, or it's more how I just start off with a melody and then for fuck's sake, and it just goes into that. Or it's much better for me. And that's something that I want to listen to. And that's how it is. Brush although with Isonify is different. Isonify is more, I love it. Isonify is more different, where I understand straight away. I need to go and see the Isonify over here. I understand that mix where it's there, in terms of where it's fluctuating. Starts off in a nice and beautiful manner of fluctuation, and the mix and the start, I mean I can kick it. I can kick it a bit. I can do some kicks right into the mix of breakdowns and then go into the fast version, and that's it. I mean that's beautiful for me. And that's it. I promise you now. I'm making sure. Anyway, my Donatopia track. Brush you now. I'm brushing now. I see my energy track already. I see the energy track. I realize what's the nice and beautiful. Let's say. Let's just say this. I have to play some jazz music in there. I have to play some jazz music a bit. I'll rip out some stuff from the jazz music. I'll rip out some stuff from jazz music here. I start off the mix of my Donatopia with a dinosaur, boom, 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 and it fucking goes into boom right there. And why? I mean, guess what? It's much more. I want to just backtrack a bit, and I just want to do that, and it goes boom, and fucking gets into the fucking nice and beautiful jazz. And just a bit of jazz, and then from that point, it goes into the fucking what? I mean, that fucking nice and beautiful start right there is what? I mean, that's a chill mix. But then, what else do I want from that point? Whereas from that point, I'm saying that I can just do that kind of melody. And it starts off with a dinosaur vocal, and then melody, and then just a live instrumental sound. For how long? I mean, just for 3 minutes. I mean, that's for the first 3 minutes. And then what happens from that point? Whereas from that point, where's that going from? And And that's only going in a 9-minute mix. That's only going into the 9-minute mix. Because that's unique. And then what I want to do is with the nice and beautiful chill mix over here in the middle, I wonder if I can put some saxophone right there in the middle. I'll put some saxophones in the middle, and I want to make that just 3 minutes of fucking breakdown. And then my fucking final version is boom, 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 boom. And if I do that, guess what, bro? That's different, but it's fucking part of the track. Haha. And it's part of the track. And it is. But guess what? What I can do is I can half it and place other fucking sounds into it. But no, I never want to do that. I want to make sense with the track. I want to make sense with the track over here. But I see my Dinotopia track, I see my nice and beautiful Ozonify track, and I see my nice and beautiful I Shall Never Kill track. A little bit that way. And then what I do is I see the 6-minute versions. So the 6-minute versions is different, and I have to make it. I have to make that too. But it's always like that. I mean, it's always 6-minute actual CD, and I'm understanding I have to start now to do it. And what I want to do is with my music soundtracks on actual YouTube, I want to place just my nice and beautiful energy mixes there, and what else? I should have to place all the mixes there. I mean, do I have to? Or should guess what? I mean, it's much more how it is. I have to place all the mixes there. I have to say this is a 3-minute mix. Or should it's all over the place? Or it's all over the place. Or that's all over the place for me. But what do I do now? I make sure that no matter what, I just let it be. I understand that straight away it's just a mix of music, and a little bit that way. But guess what, bro? If I just make an energy mix and just put it on Spotify, bro, it sounds good. It sounds good, but is it good for me? Bro, guess what, bro? It's much more how I feel. Just let it be. I add some more value and just put it on YouTube anyway. I just put it on YouTube. I put all my nice and beautiful mixes on YouTube. I just put it on YouTube, and I have the same kind of video for every kind of composure, and that's it. I mean, people can see what is what, and that is it. Or I can make another playlist. I can say music soundtracks 3 minutes, energy, and then another soundtracks. I mean, music soundtracks 9-minute versions, and then another playlist. I can play, let's say, some music soundtracks 3-minute chill mix, and then what else? What am I? Then from that point, a little bit that way. I mean, the vinyl version is the fucking set version. That's the best version. Which the best fucking version is the vinyl version, and it's the fucking full 1 hour. I mean, it's the full around 1 hour versions that I make of music tracks. Which those are the fucking best ones. Which that's the fucking vinyl, man. Haha. I see how they fucking do it now. I ask Jesus Christ to say. I ask Jesus Christ to see this. I see how they make vinyl music now. I see it's much more they make vinyl music by making the long track, and that's the vinyl track, which is the full track of our Dinotopia. It's the vinyl track, man. I mean, whoa, that's a vinyl track, man. I love everything. I never hate anybody. I never hate Jesus Christ. I never hate God. I'm always loving everything. I'm trying to love always. But the thing is, every single day, I'm understanding that as I grow and understand straight away, I'm looking to understand myself here in a better way. But I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning something about myself over here. I'm understanding that if you lose your word I, there's no chance for me to lose my word I. So guess what? Probably it's more how I feel that sometimes I feel that my I is gone or something like. Probably no. Probably the word I is always here. Probably the word I is always here. I'm understanding that no matter what, I can feel how dangerous other people are. Oh, I can see how dangerous other people are. I promise you. And now I understand straight away how I just go and upload this content so I can do better.